Hi, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Leslie Morgan, and I will be doing a reading for the week of January 13th, 2025. And I'll be using the deck that I created myself, Align with Your Magic, Oracles by Leslie. And please just keep in mind that time is fluid. So although this is for the week of January 13th, it doesn't really matter. Whenever you come across this video, there will be something important here for you to receive. All right, so I'm going to ask 4 questions, and I will pull each card, and then we'll dive deep into each one of them and what they mean. All right, let's just take a moment together and close our eyes. Take a deep breath. We're going to call in our angels, ancestors, spirit guides, loved ones. I'd like to call in my shaman, Wendell, Reiki masters before me. We just ask that you join us in this session of love and light, and that you bring us guidance, clarity, and peace. Thank you. All right, let's dig in. The first thing I'm going to ask is, what is the overall energy that we have for the collective right now? I do want to let you know that my deck is available to purchase. If it's something you're interested in, just let me know. Okay, what is the overall energy spirit for the collective? The overall energy. Oh, there it is. All right, we have create a new path. And what do we need to do, Spirit? What do we need to do? What do we need to do, Spirit? Ooh. Good food addiction. I tell you, I'm feeling that. I've been on that mission for a while. What do we need to be mindful of, Spirit? What do we need to be mindful of? Oops, there it is. Oof. Oh, we have 2. So we have overthinking, and we have balance. And then what is the overall most important message that you would like for the collective to have today, Spirit? What is the most important message for us? Oop, there she goes. Use your resources. And let's go ahead and take a peek at the bottom of the deck. We have acceptance. Okay, let's dive into each one of these. Okay, so current energy that we're going through right now, create a new path. Now this could go in a couple of different ways. When I created this card, this was more of a mental path. So what happens is we get these really deep neural pathways in our brain, and our body and our mind, it automatically knows what to do. So when we start to have these thoughts or feelings, it just goes directly into this neural path. And so if you have issues where you have depression or anxiety or things like that, you have to recognize that a lot of it is just a bad habit. It's a memory. It's something that your body and your brain just knows exactly what to do. And so when you're aware of it and you know that it's happening, you can stop it in its tracks by creating a new path. And I always say, just make a right turn, jump the curb. you have to stop. And I know that that's easier said than done, that when you're stuck in it, it's really, really hard to get out. But once you are aware of it and you're mindful of it, you can start by changing your thoughts with gratitude will usually help. Try thinking of things that make you happy, make you feel good. Talk to yourself, talk to your body. Just be like, oh, okay, thank you for bringing this to my awareness. I realize that I'm ruminating again. I realize that this is just a bad habit of mine, and I'm ready to make a right turn. I'm ready to make some changes and create a new pathway. And when you do this and you practice this over and over again, eventually you do create a new pathway. And so your body and your mind will start to remember, like, okay, this is the new path. And it gets further and further away from going down that old pathway that didn't serve you. This could also be in a literal sense, that you need to create something new in your life. And so if you've been thinking about something needs to change, and maybe you've been afraid to do it, this is Spirit saying now's the time to go ahead and create something new and make that change. Okay, next we have, what do we need to do? And we have good food addiction. So we all know that diets are so much fun. I feel like I've been on a diet my entire life, trying something new. And this card is about not a diet, but a healthier lifestyle. It's about training myself to enjoy the foods and become addicted to the foods that are actually good for me. And since I've been on my spiritual journey in the last couple of years, I've gotten further and further away from being able to even eat things that don't feel good. It's not that I chose it, it's literally like my body just rejects it. Sugars and things like that, like my face will break out. I just get really uncomfortable in my body and in my skin, and I'm just like, I just can't have it anymore. I can't even do alcohol anymore. It just does not resonate for my body. So you may be feeling things like that now. And one thing you can do is just practice eating things that get you excited, because it is an energy, right? And so if you're putting food in your mouth and you have the energy of, I know I shouldn't be eating this, this isn't going to make me feel very good, this is going to make me fat, things like that, is just bad energy anyway that you're creating with your food and with your body. And so when you eat healthy and you eat things that feel good, then you're having a good relationship, a good energy connection between the food and everything that you're putting within your body. So practice eating things that get you excited. Find foods that's like, oh man, this really is really good, and become more addicted to things that actually make you feel good and that your body is craving in a healthier way. What do we need to be mindful of? All right, so we're going to start with the overthinking. And I'm sure this can resonate with a lot of people. We think things too much, but our brain just never stops. And so it's kind of hand in hand with the creating a new path, is recognizing when you're ruminating and when you're overthinking things way too much, and thinking about, like, is this something that I can change? The thought, whatever it is that you're thinking about, overthinking and overthinking, can there be a change to this? Or are you just overthinking something that's from the past that you can't seem to let go of? But recognize, like, is this serving me? And is it anything that I can change? And if it is something I can change, then do it. Make that change. Sometimes it's like, I just need to have a conversation with this person. I need to get something off my chest. Maybe I need to apologize for something, like whatever it is, make it happen. But if it's something that can't change, if it's in the past and it's done and it's over with and there's nothing you can do about it, you have to recognize that it's time to stop overthinking it. And if it's something you're thinking about, because I'm getting sometimes it's just overthinking a decision. And so if it's something that you just can't figure out the answer to, walk away, take a walk, take a bath, journal about it. Let Spirit know, like, please just give me the direct sign, the direct answer. I'm gonna hand it over to you, and stop overthinking it, and just give yourself a little time and space away from things for a little bit until it comes to you. And when it does, and you know that you know, take the answer. If you know you're supposed to make this decision and do it, then do it. If you know that you're not, and you know, our inner spirit knows, it talks to us, but a lot of times we override it by overthinking it and doing the, well, maybe this or maybe that, and we end up pulling ourselves from the actual correct answer that we knew within us was the right one. Balance was the other thing they want us to be mindful of. And here, this is balancing your human with your spirit. So if you, this could be, you have a lot of you in your human part and you're not doing much with your spiritual part, or vice versa. You're way out here in spirit land and you're not really down here on earth in your human parts, right? And so creating some sort of harmony and balance between the two. Making sure that you're bringing some spiritual rituals into your daily life. It may be that you get up in the morning and you just have a little bit of a meditation. Maybe you're journaling, just doing what you can to breathe, be calm, connect, disconnect if you need to kind of help bring in some spiritual side of things. And if it's the human part, sometimes it's just avoiding the reality of the human part of you. We do this by never wanting to be alone with ourselves, always keeping ourselves extremely busy and never being able to kind of sit down or sit still. Drinking, drugging, things like that to, kind of keep us away from being in that human part of us. And so they just want us to be mindful of what it is that you're doing that's keeping you separate from who you are human and who you are spiritually, and creating some balance of that into your life. Their overall message was to use your resources. And so this is the resources of Earth, of the sun, the planet, using herbs to help us. Herbal teas, things like that. A lot of people are making organic creams and medicines and, things for our skin, all of that stuff that comes from Mother Nature. And actually getting outside and being grounded. Snowing here, so it's kind of hard for us to get barefoot. But if you can, wherever you are, taking your shoes off and getting barefoot in the grass and putting your feet on the ground is extremely healing, and it's very important. If you can't, I will just put my hands on trees. If I can't put my feet in the ground right now, just put your hands on some trees. That will connect you and ground you. Taking walks in nature is extremely, extremely healthy for you. Using the sun, just standing, literally standing in the sun, just close your eyes, face it, and let that sun fill your body, and just let that energy come through you and pass through you. But that's what this is. And even moon and stars, getting outside at night and just being at peace with the energy of the moon and the stars. And if you're into astrology at all, taking a look at the astrology, getting connected to things with astrology, understanding your birth chart and your signs, it will really help to understand who you are more, what you're going through. So using our resources. And then the very last card, which was the overall card, was acceptance. And acceptance is hard, right? It's really hard, but when we can finally accept that we are where we are and it's right where we're supposed to be, and that everything that we've gone through, we went through this for a reason. And that is the key to our happiness, is just accepting everything as it is and loving yourself, loving all parts of you, loving your history, loving your past, loving everything that got you to this point, no matter how bad it's been. And I understand it can be hard for a lot. But when you come to the point of, you know what, I am who I am and it's okay. And I accept myself and I love myself for who I am. It is the key. It is the key to our happiness. All right, so that is the message for this week, and I really hope that it resonates for some of you. If you've got any questions, let me know. And if you would like a personal reading for me to dig in for you, let me know that as well. I would be happy to do so. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you next week.